In 2022, the Martinez family installed a night vision camera in their 4-year-old daughter Mia's bedroom. They thought she was having nightmares. They were wrong. What that lens captured over the next 11 nights would make even a Hollywood horror screenwriter quit his job. By the end of this video, you will not look at your bedroom door the same way again. This isn't a story full of cheap jump scares. This is the true account of what locals in Wichita, Kansas, now call the Watcher. Lock your doors. Tom and Sarah Martinez, along with their daughter Mia and their golden retriever Max, moved into a beautiful 1920s farmhouse in October. The house was a steal, 40% below market value. The realtor mentioned that the previous owner had left abruptly, but nobody thought much of it. That is, until night 3. At 2:47 a.m., the family's dog refused to go upstairs. He wasn't barking. He was backing away slowly, tail tucked between his legs. Sarah told Tom it was probably just a mouse, but Tom noticed something strange on his phone. The Nest thermostat in the hallway showed the temperature dropping from 58 degrees Fahrenheit to 32 degrees in less than a minute. In October, an attic doesn't get that cold unless something is breathing, unless something is open. Then they heard it, the slow, deliberate creak of a wooden ladder being pulled down from the ceiling. The only problem? They didn't own an attic ladder. On night 6, Sarah placed a baby monitor in Mia's room. At 3:33 a.m., the audio picked up something terrifying. Beneath the sound of Mia's soft breathing was a second, heavier breath, completely out of sync. Then a whisper, "Come see." That voice did not belong to a 4-year-old. The next morning, Tom drove straight to Best Buy and bought the highest resolution security camera he could find. He placed it on the dresser, pointed directly at Mia's closet. That night, at 2:15 a.m., the closet door drifted open 6 inches by itself. Nothing came out. But when Tom reviewed the footage in slow motion, he noticed the carpet. Small, wet footprints began appearing one by one. They measured 7 inches long, the size of a toddler's foot. But the stride between them was 24 inches. That is the stride length of a 6-foot-tall man walking while crouched down. The prints led away from the closet and stopped right at the edge of Mia's bed. The Watcher wasn't in the closet. He had been under the bed the whole time. Night 11 was the final recording. Sarah woke up suddenly because the house had gone completely silent. No crickets, no wind, no hum from the refrigerator. Just heavy, suffocating pressure. She woke Tom, and they ran to Mia's room. The door was locked from the inside, a lock that Mia could not reach. Tom slammed his shoulder against the wood twice before it burst open. The night vision camera was still rolling. It showed Mia standing upright on her bed, staring at the ceiling. She was smiling, but her eyes were wide open and completely still, unblinking. Then she spoke in a dry, raspy voice that was not her own. "Daddy, the man on the floor said you have to leave." Tom grabbed Mia and pulled her out of the room. Before leaving, he knelt down and lifted the bed skirt. Under the bed, 2 white eyes stared back at him, glowing in the infrared light like a deer caught on a dark highway. Then a low, inhuman growl filled the room, the sound of a lion mixed with a dying radio signal. Tom yanked Mia out into the hallway. When he looked under the bed a second time with a flashlight, there was nothing there. No monster, no dust, just a 3-foot wide hole cut neatly into the floorboards, leading down into the crawl space. But the walls of the hole were covered in hundreds of tiny, ashy handprints, layers upon layers, like a ladder used for decades. The Martinez family sold the house 3 days later. They never told the new owners why. FBI records later confirmed that the previous owner of that farmhouse vanished without a trace in 1988. No body was ever found. The new owners haven't reported anything strange yet. But last week, a neighbor posted on a local Facebook group that she saw a tall shadow standing in the attic window at 3 a.m. Check your attic ladder tonight. Make sure it's locked. If you want the next case filed, The one from the hospital security camera that the administrators tried to delete. Hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Sleep well, or don't.